Got questions? Little saxophone. Good morning, everybody. That song just ended right as we hit 200 people. Okay, it's question and answer day. And y'all have sent me quite a few questions. I haven't really looked at all of them. I like to be fresh and answer with a little bit of spring in my step. I've been doing my flights this morning. Leanne and I have been up and at it for several hours now, and I've gotten 6 in already. I did 4 at one time. Not 4 at one time, but 4 at one standing. So, everybody, we got some questions. I got some answers. And yesterday I didn't do 17, 18 flights yesterday. I did 5. Because my knee was hurting me a little bit. And I thought, well, I need to listen, let it heal, let's see what's going on, because I'm building some muscle, y'all. So I'm listening to my body, and this is a good thing. When you camouflage the pain, you sometimes hurt yourself. So the first question we have this morning, and today is Thursday. It's always our question and answer day, but it's also our errand day. To get a few things done so you don't have to do them on the weekend, so you have more time for your family. And then we have get your calendars. Let me do some announcements. Get your calendars. August is here. School is starting for a lot of people. And my bangs aren't doing right today for some reason. So folks, get your calendars. Purple Rag BOGO is ending on Labor Day. So I think that's the 2nd of September. That's the 2nd of September. And then the best deal in the house is the FCC pack, which is the Fly Lady Complete Cleaning System. That is, you save $93 on it. It's like just a little less than $100, and you get all of our major tools. Yep, they're wonderful. And I got something in my eye. Okay, I got questions. I got your questions here. So let's get started. What kind of tea do you drink? I don't know because I threw the box away. I don't know the brand name. I do know it is organic Earl Grey. That's what I do know. If Leanne still has the box, it comes in a bag, I think, and it's little round tea bags that just fit in the bottom of the cup. But I don't know the name of it. If Leanne has the bag still, she can give you the name. And I got it on Amazon. That's where I got it. I might be able to post the link later, but they're driving me nuts today, my bangs are, and that's not a good sign. There's my sister Patty. Okay. What should I do when I have no energy? Well, a lot of times not having energy has to do with being dehydrated. So I would drink a glass of water. 10 to 12 ounces of water, just drink it down. And a lot of times if you have a bad headache, sometimes it's because of being dehydrated. So drink 12 ounces of water, bam, and it will help you. That's kind of, but other Other times you don't have any energy. Could be you didn't get enough sleep last night. So you might need to take a little nap. Just a little nap. Sometimes a 10-minute cat nap is better than just about anything to get you energized. And I do like a good cup of coffee in the morning. It helps me to get a little moving going on. So no energy is a sign. You could be anemic. So when's the last time you had any blood work done? Blood work is essential to knowing if you've got, you have enough red corpuscles going through your veins. So if it's persistent, then go to the doctor, get some blood work done, and you will absolutely know what's going on. How do we deal with mind clutter? Well, mind clutter is usually what causes our procrastination. And if you have lots of things around you that you've been procrastinating about, you need to look at what's going on there. What's going on with this procrastination? It's your perfectionism that's causing it. So eliminating your perfectionism. I remember when I used to be a stained glass artist. I don't talk about it much, but I still know how to cut glass and put copper foil on things. And it was a really smelly profession that I had. And I made huge stained glass windows. I mean 4x6 stained glass windows. They were beautiful. But the smell from the soldering and all that stuff would make me sick. But I had this thing going on that I knew my perfectionism pushed me beyond what my body was capable of doing. And I would allow this perfectionism, and I would work for 20-hour days doing one piece of glass. I mean, there was one piece of glass I did that was over 100 hours of working on it, solid. And I would make myself sick, and then I would be sick for 3 weeks. So that's not a way to do anything. So you've got to learn to listen to your body and understand what's going on with your body. And so I realized my perfectionism was causing me to hurt myself. So I would intentionally turn one piece of glass in the bottom right-hand corner of my masterpiece would be turned the wrong way. Now glass, if you know anything about glass, there is a right side and a wrong side, just like with fabric. There's a right side and a wrong side. And so I would turn one piece of glass, and I learned this from the Amish people who would make a quilt and have a one piece in their quilt that was wrong. So it doesn't affect the quality of the piece. It's just my signature. And being imperfect was a good thing for me. So recognizing that the perfectionism is is the foundation for everything, from your messy house to the weight on your body, to not exercising. All of it is all predicated on our perfectionism. So when we let go of our perfectionism, we are defeating the evil one, because that perfectionism wants us to do it right or don't do it at all. When we were young babies, we were told from the very beginning of our lives, if you can't do it right, don't do it at all. And we never listened to our parents except for this one thing. And this one thing got drilled into us over and over. I remember being made to clean the bathroom 3 times because I didn't do it to suit somebody, which was my mother. And she was the biggest perfectionist. And Granny was a perfectionist too, but her perfectionism went to the point that, I can just do it myself and not have to deal with Peggy not doing it to suit me. So I'll just do it myself. And that's a weird perfectionism. So we're all products of somebody's perfectionism that pushed us to the point of no return for the most part. So let's let go of this perfectionism. Let's let our children enjoy the process of blessing our homes and not get caught up in if it's done correctly. Robert had a geometry teacher that taught him anything worth doing is worth doing wrong. So let's say you work this huge geometry problem with all these proofs and you get the wrong answer. Well, you went through the process of doing it, which in itself, you're going through the whole process of proving a theorem, and you got the wrong answer. Maybe it was a little miscalculation in something. You did everything the right way. You just got the wrong answer. You still did it the right way. So housework done incorrectly still blesses your family. It comes from Robert's geometry teacher. Housework done incorrectly still blesses your family. The dishwasher not packed the right way still gets the dishes clean. Yep, it does, because dishwashers are efficient these days. My husband has a certain way he likes to load the dishwasher. He gets to a point, we can't get another thing in. I said, hide and watch. And I go in and I add 2 more dishes to it, or 3 more cups, or whatever. And then I start the dishwasher. It's creative packing. I'm the queen of creative packing. I've never seen anybody to do it as well as I do, except for Mark. And he can pack better than anybody I've ever seen. He and Justin are the king of packing, but I'm the queen. Oh. I'll be right back. Y'all hold it a second. I got something to show you. I gotta go get it though. Hold on. I'll be right back. I can't believe I'm running. Okay, I'm back. I have my tiara. I gotta get it on straight. This is gonna be hard to do, because my hair's a mess today. It's all flyaway. There we go. Leanne got me a tiara. I've never had one before. This is funny. Okay, I gotta fix my hair. There we go. I'm the queen of packing. I'm laughing at an empty chair. Yep, okay. So I've got my tiara on. I don't know how to wear a tiara. I've never worn a tiara. There we have it. So in my chair at Leanne's, she has a couple of bar stools from the office, and in my chair, I almost sat on my tiara. Yes. Yep, almost sat on my tiara. So today is Queen Day. And I have my scepter. And I'm answering your questions. So how you deal with mind clutter? You recognize the mind clutter. And then, when you recognize the clutter for what it is, you come up with ways to negate it. To negate it. And my stained glass window, the piece being backwards, helped me to realize I didn't have to spend 20-hour days working on a piece. I could pace myself. Being kind to me is more important than finishing faster. Okay, next question. Do you have a post office box for us to send thank you notes and gifts? When you said the water didn't boil fast enough, I'd love to send you an instant tea kettle from Amazon. Oh, honey, that's so sweet. My way to say thank you for all your... I have one. I have a Krups instant teapot. It just wasn't boiling fast enough because I had just filled it up with ice cold water and it was taking too long. Anyway, I have one, so I don't need another one. And when that one breaks, I'll get me a new one. But you are so sweet. But we do have an office address. The office address is 132 Commerce Street. It's at the bottom of every email I send out. Okay, that's got to go right now because it's hurting my head. Okay. It's at 132 Commerce Street, Brevard, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712. But thank you for your offer. That was really kind of you. But the problem was I had an alarm set on my phone and my watch, and I didn't get up and do it when it went off. And that's why it wasn't doing it to suit me. We live in a house with 5 adults and 3 dogs with a baby on the way. How do we keep the house clean for the baby? Well, I know you're probably nesting and worrying about all of this. The main thing you've got to do is do your routines. Let your routines stay on top of things. I remember many years ago when I was county commissioner here in Transylvania County, we had a clerk, and Sandra was an amazing clerk. She was born organized. She knew how to get things done, and being around her was such an inspiration to me. So I was having Robert's family over for Thanksgiving dinner, and I had gotten our home clean. It was my very first Thanksgiving dinner, and I had gotten the home in order, and I went to Sandra and I said, Sandra, how do I keep it clean? Because it was 2 weeks till Thanksgiving. And she says, well, Marla, it's really simple. She just looked at me like I had 2 heads. She says, it's simple. If you get it out, put it away. And I never thought about that because just me and Robert in the house. And Robert picked up after himself, but you could follow my path all during the day, throughout the house. All through the day. Just, leaving one thing out. And I started paying attention to what I got out and what I put away, and it changed everything. If you get it out, put it away. It's a miracle. So how do we keep the house clean for the baby? Well, you don't really have to worry about the baby crawling on the floor when it's a newborn. But when they start crawling, you're going to need a carpet sweeper. Let me get it right here. You're going to need one of these things for the floor. Because if you've got critters, 3 dogs, you're going to need one of these things. And Justin's Granny Elizabeth used to put a pallet down on the floor. Now, a lot of people don't know what a pallet is because people don't put babies down on the floor anymore, but it's a great way for them to exercise. So it was just a quilt folded in quarters and laid down on the floor, and she would put the baby on the floor on this pallet, and Justin would raise his little head up and get up on all fours. Is how he learned to crawl because Granny Elizabeth put him on a pallet. And he didn't worry about them. He would take his nap on the pallet because she didn't worry about him falling off the pallet because it was on the floor. So, but got to have a clean floor with the baby. Okay. Do your routines. These routines will put you on automatic pilot when it comes to cleaning house. Okay, my printer's still printing on the back page and I can't get it to change, and it makes me livid. Can you discuss ideas for decluttering a small closet space? Now, there's certain people on the internet that are very popular right now that say just pull all that crap out of your closet and stand back and look at your empty closet. I say pooey on that, because that's not how that's how our mind wants to work because of our perfectionism. You want to back away and see this empty closet, but you got to turn around and look at what you piled on the floor. And this isn't good because you're automatically overwhelmed. So what I want you to do is survey your closet. See what's in there. And if you have things in there that don't belong, start putting those other places. Go put them in other places and then decide what you want in that closet. Now, many years ago, Leanne wrote this wonderful essay. I mean, it's an amazing essay on how to build a pantry. And she took our stuffed linen closets and turned them into pantries. Pantries where you have food in your house. I grew up in a house that didn't have food. The only way we had food is we had to go down to the little store on Jones's Market, and I was driving at the time. If those wonderful people hadn't given us a charge account, I don't know what we would have done. You know, people don't do that anymore. But it was an amazing, just building this pantry, deciding you want to build a pantry. You got to get rid of the towels. You got to find other places for your towels and sheets to go. So start thinking about every bed needs 2 sets of sheets. So if you've got 3 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, you need 10 sets of sheets for each size. You might need an extra twin sheet for your couch if somebody's going to sleep on the couch. But you start thinking about, and each room can contain these sheets in that room. And you can store them between the mattress and the box spring. It's just that simple. And then get rid of the old towels. Our bathrooms hold the towels that we need. I have 5 towels in my bathroom. Robert has 5 towels in his bathroom. And then the rest of them are puppy dog towels and we've gotten rid of a bunch of towels. So keeping things simple. We don't need as many as we think we need. Then sort things. Pull one shelf out, and I like to put things in boxes or tray boxes that you would get dog food on in cans. And then that way you have a little pull tray. Or you can use plastic tubs or different things like that to hold things. But decide what it is going on each shelf. And it just fell on the floor a while ago. The Post-it note tape. Put up Post-it note tape so you can remember where things go. You remember where things go. So keep it simple. And utilize the space. But I would just pull out a few things at a time that don't belong in that closet. If you've got a coat closet, now's the time to get the coats out that don't fit anybody and donate them. Because this fall and this winter, people are going to need coats, and they're hanging in your closet, taking up space, and you really need it for the new coats that are coming in. So every time you get something new, you got to get rid of something old that's just like it. Do you have tips for parents working 40 plus hours a week, plus preparing dinner and helping children with homework, etc.? I feel as if I don't have enough time in the day. Leanne and I were talking about this last night. What happens to you is that you're being pulled 15 different directions because you hadn't planned. So sit down today with your with your calendar and sit down today with your calendar and plan your menus for the rest of this week and next week. And then get a grocery list going of what you got to get at the store. You got to clean your refrigerator out so you know what you need to use and utilize it for a meal. This is going to help you save money. Everybody needs to save money right now because school's starting, you're having to spend a lot on, but you don't have to buy everything at once. They need notebooks and paper and the bare essentials, and then maybe 3 pairs of shorts or 3 pairs of jeans, but you don't have to buy them all at once if you do the laundry every day. And planning, just a little planning, is going to free you up. Let's just say you put something in the crock pot for dinner first thing in the morning when you get up. As part of your before bed routine, you've pulled it out of the freezer. And you may have cut up some veggies that need to go in this. They're in the refrigerator. Put it in the crock pot. And then first thing in the morning. And then put it on low and let it cook all day. And then all you got to do is set the table and put dinner on the table. Add a salad to it and bam. And you can make that salad while the kids are doing their homework at the bar or at your kitchen table. So you see, a little planning now is going to free up that time. It's like giving yourself some grace. Right now you're being pulled so many different directions that you just pick up the phone and order pizza and have it delivered because you don't know what else to do. But as part of your before bed routine, which we're going to be practicing in September, right now we're getting our laundry done. Getting our laundry done so that we have clothes to wear to school. Picking your clothes out the night before actually really helps you to save a lot of time in the morning. Not having to worry about what you're going to wear and stand in front of the closet like you stand in front of the refrigerator saying, what's for dinner? What am I going to wear? It's the same principle. You hadn't thought about it. It hasn't even crossed your mind. So as part of your before bed routine, what's for dinner tomorrow? What's on my calendar? Oh, I'm going to have ribs like we had last night. And they were absolutely wonderful because they had planned to have ribs on Wednesday night when they went to the grocery store. And the ribs had been dry rubbed and in the refrigerator waiting to be cooked. And then they got put on the grill. Oh my goodness, were they amazing. Just simple. And a lot of you have the one pots. Leanne utilized her one pot to make these ribs good and tender. A little planning really saves the day. She put together a salad while I was sitting at the counter with her, and she had already had the twice baked potatoes in the oven with pimento cheese, and we had some gazpacho, which was absolutely amazing. I'd never had that before. But a little planning is going to help you. Doing your before bed routine. Oh, chicken fajita sounds good. So everybody put in here what you're having for dinner. When you know, you can help somebody just by sharing what you're having for dinner. And some of the things that on here that people post, write them on little post-it notes. And let's get them on your calendar. And quit feeling like you don't have enough time in your day. We all have the same 24 hours. Are you listening to me? We all have the same 24 hours. It's how you choose to utilize it that makes the difference. So if you're going to sit and whine that you don't have enough time, you're not going to have enough time. As my granny always said, can't never could do anything. So if you'll spend 5 minutes planning your meals for the next 10 days, you're going to be so surprised because you're going to get the food in your house when you go to the grocery store. 5 minutes planning the menus, looking at the menus, making sure you have everything to prepare those things, and then going to the grocery store to get it. Bam. You got meals for 10 days. That's a third of a month. And when you use what you have in your pantry and your freezer, let's utilize that food. Cook it. Don't let it get freezer burn and have to be thrown away. Granny said every time you throw something out of the freezer or out of your refrigerator, you're throwing dollar bills down the drain, in the trash. Don't do that. Utilize the leftovers. She always kept a milk carton. This is brilliant. She always kept a milk carton in her freezer. One of those, not a milk jug, a milk carton. And I got a Tupperware ice cream container, an old one, which does the same thing. And you can take little bits of corn that are left over, little bits of butter beans and lima beans, and a little bit of beef roast left up. You chop it up and throw it in there. And by the end of the month, she would have enough little bits of food that she had put in this 2-quart milk carton that she could make a pot of soup. She even put gravy in it. Any kind of gravy went in it. And this gravy made the basis for the soup. She'd put a can of her canned tomatoes in it and maybe some tomato juice, a little bit of tomato juice. And she had a pot of soup. So since you're running errands on Thursday, get something in the crock pot that's a big, fall's coming before we know it. Thursday could always be a soup and sandwich day. You got leftover pork ribs in your refrigerator, pull all the meat off the bone and make some pork paninis. Put the bread in the iron skillet, put the pork on top of it, put another piece of bread on top of it, and put another iron skillet on top of it and smash that thing. And you've got a wonderful Cuban sandwich out of leftover pork. So utilize the leftovers. Plan for the leftovers. And you are going to be blown away at how much money you save. So just little bits. Don't throw them in the trash. Put them in the freezer. Put them in the freezer. Leanne likes to call our crock pots and bread makers, and not that we're eating bread these days, bread makers and one pots are indentured servants. Are indentured servants. Let the pot do the work. Let the pot do the work. Because putting stuff in the crock pot, all you got to do is move it from your freezer to your refrigerator to thaw up, or stick it in the microwave and thaw it up. I like to put it in the refrigerator because I don't like to use my microwave much. And then throw the stuff in. I mean, I'm hungry for soup right now, and I don't even like soup in the summertime. And Leanne utilizes all her chicken bones, and makes chicken broth, bone broth out of it. We had the most amazing bone broth appetizer last week from chicken bones. So folks, you don't have to stand over a stove. You just have to put stuff in your crock pot and turn it on. How hard is that? I want to make soup too, Leanne. Big old pot of soup. I left my leftovers at her house. I cooked Granny's corn and some roasted Brussels sprouts. The Brussels sprouts were a little overdone. But guess what? They'd be great in a pot of soup. They just fall all apart. They got bacon in them. Nothing better than bacon. Soup is winter. Yep. But you see, let your tools do the work for you. It's half the battle. The other half is getting the food in the house and knowing what you're cooking. Because there's nothing that weighs heavier on you than your kid coming up to you and saying, "What's for dinner, Mom? What are we having for dinner? What are we having for dinner?" And you don't know. You can't answer. You can't say, "Go to the calendar on the refrigerator and look. I don't remember what I wrote on there. And can you help me get that stuff out of the refrigerator? Let's put it together right now." It's morning. If you get something in the crock pot right now, you can put it to cook 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours. Let's see, we're running on 6 hours till dinner time where I live. If you're on the West Coast, you got 8 hours. So put it on low and let it go. Okay. What is my daily cleaning? Is that the morning routine? Also, if I'm only spending 15 minutes doing zone cleaning, should I focus on the daily mission for that zone or detailed cleaning list for that zone first? You poor baby. You're thinking too hard. You get a mission every day in the flight plan. Comes out at 5:30 Eastern Daylight Time. And it tells you what the mission is for tomorrow. That's your detailed cleaning. Now, if you want to do a little more and play a game in that zone and do some of the detailed cleaning, that's fine. That's fine. But don't... I got a plaque on my wall over there. And it says, and it's a staircase, you don't have to see the top of the staircase to take the first step. And that's a paraphrase of Dr. Martin Luther King. You just have to get started. So you don't have to see how it all fits together. You got to declutter every day. You got to declutter something. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes in the evening. You got to declutter. Because if you don't declutter, this stuff is going to start piling up. So be kind to yourself. Do your morning routine. We build our daily routines we build our habits into these routines. We just have to start somewhere. My morning routine is about 5 things. Get up, make the bed. Go to the bathroom, get dressed to lace up shoes. Swish and swipe while I'm in there. Grab a load of laundry. Put it in the washing machine. I have to wait till Robert gets out of the shower. And then I go to the kitchen and empty the dishwasher if it has been run overnight and it's not full of if it's full of clean dishes. It's 5 things. Then Robert brings me coffee and I start my day. 5 things keep my house looking great. 5 things. Okay. Follow the flight plan. Read our messages. When you read our messages, if you're signed up to get our email messages, I want to see hearts on here. I want to see hearts. I want to see a lot of hearts. Because if you're skipping the most important part of getting rid of, what did that lady call it? How do you deal with clutter in your mind? How do you deal with mind clutter? You deal with it by replacing it with positive things. So our messages make a huge difference in your life. Every single day. They replace the negative thinking in here into positive thoughts that change your whole life. So get our messages. Sign up. Join our messages on our website, flylady.net. At the top left-hand side of the page, you will see Get Fly Lady's emails. Join. I don't have an iPad in front of me to look it up. But these messages will change your life. Or click this link right here that Liz or Patty just posted. Okay, what is the best way to clean the inside of an oven? I have a video on that. I really have a video on that, and I can't find, there's my purple rag. But fill your sink with hot soapy water. A lot of what's in your oven is just little bits of splatters. So you could spray some water in there or take a hot rag and wipe down the sides. With a purple rag, it's going to make a huge difference in getting your oven clean. And another thing, I hate this word. I really do hate this word. But be proactive. If you know something is going to boil over in your stove, put a cookie sheet under it. Put a cookie sheet on the rack below. I keep some iron skillets in my oven. Soapy water, grab a rag and wipe it up as it happens. Okay, so what's the best way to clean an oven? Clean up the messes as they happen. Don't let them get baked on and nasty. And a lot of times you just have to take a spatula. You got to be careful around the element, but you just have to take a spatula and scrape it up. Well, it's because I didn't turn my internet off. Okay. There goes my calendar. Okay, that's one page. I have 4 pages. 4 pages of how do we get over the guilt of not being able to do as much as we once could because of chronic illness? Okay. I'm trying to figure this out. It's because you're a perfectionist. You have to let go of your perfectionism. I can't do things the way I used to could do it. I could pack up a house and get moved in no time at all. Now I've learned to pace myself because I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be sick anymore. So you've got to be kind to you. That's what flying is all about. That's what flying is all about, is being kind to yourself. So if you set your timer for 2 minutes and just do 2 minutes worth, that's listening to your body. That's really changing your whole persona to be a 2-minute person. And then you get to sit and rest. So let go of your giving in to your chronic illness. We are not our diseases. We just have to learn to react differently. We just have to change our actions toward it. And we have to listen to our bodies. And listen to Leanne's show at 1 o'clock. She's going to help you get your health back. It really is going to change everything. So it's a 1-2 punch with us. I can help you get your house clean, and I can be bossy, and Leanne's going to help you get dinner on the table. She's here, been helping getting dinner on the table all day today with this show. So don't let the chronic illness defeat you. You are not that disease. But you got to listen to your body and be kind. Be kind. I think we're going to find out that fibromyalgia is just a deficit in some enzymes and too much adrenaline pumping through our bodies. We got to slow down. And remember the story of the tortoise and the hare? Tortoise just plodded right along doing its thing, and the hare was running like crazy and got tired, fell asleep, and the tortoise won because the hare didn't pace himself. So let's learn to pace ourselves. Use our timer. You can do anything for 15 minutes, and then you get to stop and rest. What's the best advice for use of a control journal for newbies? What all do you have in your control journal that serves you well? Well, here's my control journal. It's in a photo album. This is a photo album that a fly baby sent me. It's a pretty leather photo album, and I love it. This is my travel photo album. You can tell it's really worn out. But I have my morning routine. I don't need to look at it anymore because it's part of me. It's a checklist now. I can use a dry erase marker and go through things. I have my office morning routine. So I have a work morning routine and I have a home morning routine. And getting things down on paper keeps you from having to think about it. Keeps you from having to think about it until it becomes automatic. And after lunch, I have a routine. I have a specific routine. And I'm incorporating my flights of steps into these routines. I have reminders set up on my phone. I'm looking for my phone. It's right there. I have reminders set up on my phone and they pop up on my iWatch. And I'm able to do what I need to do when I need to do it. Because I'm not being immersed in and forgetting about it. I've got these reminders set up. And that's the one thing good about our Fly Lady app, the Messenger app, the Fly Lady Messenger app. It really has these reminders that pop up and tell you, have you had your water today? Oh. Stuff's popping up on my phone. So, just start with Post-it notes. You don't need a full-blown control journal to get started. Get up and get dressed to lace up shoes. Make your bed. Lay out your clothes, the before bed routine. Is that app? It is not on an Android, but you can get the Fly Lady Plus app on your Android. I think. I'm not for certain. But you can set up reminders on your phone. Every phone has alarms, and you can set these up for yourself. That's what I did before I even had an iPhone. I had a Palm Pilot. How do you handle your week if you are sick or unexpectedly have plans or visitors that pull you away from your normal routines? Here's the deal. You get up in the morning, you got to get dressed. You can't run around in front of your guests in your gown tail, as my granny would say. So, you have to get up and get dressed and make your bed in the process. These routines become automatic. Okay, let me make sure I got all that. If you're sick, you got to listen to your body. But if you're able to get out of bed, you need to get dressed to lace up shoes. Because if you're sick and you're not dressed to lace up shoes, you're going to feel worse. Okay, how do we get in touch with the people who get your skincare regime from? That's my sister and my brother-in-law. Patty and Liz have the address where you can email them. It is a wonderful product. I can't believe the difference. Leanne and I were talking about it last night. I have always drunk out of a straw. I drink my water out of a straw. And you get these little lines right here. They're going away, y'all. They're just going away. So check out Jay. They'll put it in here. They'll put the link in here for you. What is Fly Lady Express? Fly Lady Express is something I do for those. There's Jay's email address. Fly Lady Express, let me see if I can say it for you. It's JAY64 _ 27834 at yahoo.com. JAY64 _ 27834 at yahoo.com. That's my brother-in-law. And this stuff is amazing. I can't believe the difference in how my face feels, my neck feels. Everything's great about it. What is Fly Lady Express? Fly Lady Express is getting one email a day. And I put it together for you every day. It takes a lot of my day to pull this together so that you can get it in one email a day. And we charge for it. I don't know how much it is right now off the top of my head, but it's not expensive, and you can even take a 20% discount on it, I think. But the main thing is you get one email a day. Now, do I think it works better than the individual emails a day? Nope, I don't. We have quite a few people that love it, though, and I do it for them. Every once in a while, I'll send it out to everybody. I might do that today so everybody can see it. But I work hard to do that for you. What is the best book of yours to read if we are new members? I would start with this book so that you understand how the baby steps work. Now, my first book is Sync Reflections. Sync Reflections. I love Sync Reflections. It'll always be near and dear to my heart. But this book breaks the system down into 31 baby steps. If you get through the baby steps, you're good. You are good. And if you're a millennial, okay, if you don't really know what Fly Lady's about, my newest book, The Chaos Cure, is a great book to sort of give to a college student or somebody starting their first apartment. This is a great little read. It's full of fun little facts, and it's gets their attention. When everything is free at Fly Lady, how do you stay in business? Well, the system is free. The system is free. We stay in business because you love us. You buy our multi-wands and our feather dusters and our mops and our calendars, and you keep us going by when you purchase something from us. We live in the United States of America. We live in the United States. It is a capitalist society. Even though the socialists are trying to change all of that, we have the ability to make a profit. And with that profit, pay employees to help me help you. That's how it works. And y'all are amazing. We break even, which is all I've ever asked for, is that Fly Lady not, drain our personal accounts. Fly Lady pays for itself, and it gives people jobs. And it helps a lot of folks around the world. And I am proud to be an entrepreneur in the United States of America. I just am. And being able to change so many people's lives. I think we've got it. So, sending out emails costs a lot of money. Having a website costs a lot of money. Having a website that is secure. Our geek, Michael, he's amazing. UPS would love to steal him from us, but he's loyal to me. He's loyal to me. He loves me. His children are like grandchildren to me. We're a family here. We take care of one another. We love each other. Somebody's posting about Hidden Treasures. Hidden Treasures is my sister's book. It's fun. It's a fun read. It's a fun novel about a lady just like you who was so overwhelmed that she didn't want to go home because it was just chaos at home. So we'll be here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I think I've answered all the questions. I love you all. check. Leanne will be here in an hour. She's going to be in her kitchen. Yeah. Yep. She's going to be in her kitchen. So y'all check out her new kitchen. So this is going to be fun. These things keep popping up. So I will see you at 3 o'clock. We'll be drawing something out of our wise old owl. Yep. We got some. Look, I did 13 pages. I cut them up. And that's how we're going to write this new book. I will see you at 3 o'clock. That's an hour show. Good job, y'all, with all the great questions. I will talk to you later. Bye.